So today's a fun day, a big day. I am upgrading cameras for a little while now. I've been using a Canon M6, EOS M6, which is a mirrorless camera. I'm staying in the mirrorless world, and you saw the thumbnail. I got an A7. Now the Sonys I'd use when I first had a camera, I used Sony cameras exclusively. I never bought any other brands. All the point and shoots, the small cameras that had those weird memory sticks when Sony was still its own proprietary thing with cameras. I used Sony's exclusively. The first time when I started doing YouTube and I bought a Canon camera, that was the first time I ever stepped out of the Sony world for cameras in that range, at least. I have GoPros and other things too, but I jumped back into Sony because Sony has everything that I want and is a good small size and has really nice glass. We'll get to the glass in a minute, but it has a good range of glass that looks really nice. A lot of YouTubers that I've seen that I like have been using Sonys for a while, and I enjoy that. I like I like the way they look. So let's unbox this guy. Paperwork, always fun. A nice alpha strap. The actual body itself. Now, I always go back to the fact that people on YouTube are all about this small, and they have little raccoon hands, and they don't have, I don't know, I've never understood it, but this is a full frame mirrorless camera, and it's only a little bit bigger than my EOS M6. That's a big factor of it. Now, I don't have a grip, but my hand fits around the grip pretty nicely. There's the shutter. The screen is the only point of contention that I would have with this. It only does that. It does not flip around or up or down even. It'd be nice if it did, but it doesn't, so that's where we're at. That's not a deal breaker, obviously. The inputs are really nice. This has a small headphone and mic input. The big thing, it has a well, this micro USB, but it also has USB-C. This has USB-C, so you can charge it. You can charge the battery while you have and just plug it in, and you can run it while it's plugged in too, which is huge. I think the biggest complaint out of all of this is, it has these two metal things to hold your camera strap. I have a camera strap that I can screw into the bottom. I may end up taking these off, just putting them to the side at least for now. But this is the Sony A7iii. Let's look. I think there's still 7 in the box. I'm just excited. This is something that I've been thinking about for at least half a year. The other thing I like about the Sony is that they have these newer batteries. The Lithium Z. This is a battery that has about as much charge as my iPhone, and according to a lot of people, these things last a long time. We're going to find out, obviously, but that was something that I thought was good. So to charge it, it does not come with a charger. Like I said, you charge with the camera. I eventually will buy a charger so I can charge multiple batteries, because I plan on having multiple batteries eventually. So what it comes with, a plug to a micro USB, and I believe you can charge it with maybe you charge it with a micro. I'm gonna need to research that. If I'm wrong, whatever. We'll figure it out. So micro, let's go ahead and pop in the battery. Another nice feature of this on my M6, everything is it's tighter, so it's a smaller body. So if I put on a plate, I have to take the plate off to change out the battery and the card. The battery sits on the bottom, and the cards, you flip this little switch, the cards are on the side. It has two cards. The bottom was UHS-2, which is faster, and the UHS-1 is like what I have in my other cameras. The cards are more expensive, but it's supposed to be faster. I have a 32 gig card when that was still pretty pricey for what it was. So I'm going to put that in to try out. But once let me go ahead and set this up to charge. I'll set this up to charge in a moment, but let's get to glass actually. The lens that I'm going to start out with, I plan on expanding. The thing I like about that is I plan on expanding the lenses and doing more with lenses down the road, because the glass for Sony's isn't cheap, but it's quite nice. So that's a nice fact. It comes with a lens cap. Canon didn't come with a lens cap, at least my M6. The mirrorless camera is still just starting to become bigger for Canon. They put out a new camera, but it doesn't seem that great. I waited till I saw the Canon announcement, and I saw that it wasn't what I needed, or wasn't what I wanted. It was really close, but the Sony does it. More documentation for your lens. This lens weighs, I'm just guessing, there's you can look it up. But this is pretty close, if not as heavy as the camera itself, which is interesting, but it's to be expected. This is the Sony 24 to 240, so it's a 10 times zoom. Nice, pretty brand new glass. Super smooth. It's nice and tacky. You don't feel it. You don't feel that it'll rush in and out, and then you'll slip, and so that's really nice. It's a 3.5, so it's pretty decent with as far as just letting light in and things with lenses. I'm still an amateur. Remember that. I'm not a pro at all. So I'm going to put the 240 on, and I'm going to charge it, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look. So here we go. This is significant in weight. So I have a nice strap that has a nice cushion on it, because I will have it on my person, or have it on a strap of some sort. This is not light. It's not heavy either, but it's not light. My Canon is super light, but then again it's smaller and it doesn't do everything that this does. So now you have that. So it's obviously not balanced, but when it sits on the tripod, I'm going to have to remember to balance it out and not just put it on. Not a big deal at all. So let me go ahead and charge it. I'm super excited, and then we'll get into we'll take a quick look at some of the features. It's been like 2 days since I filmed the first part. I just wanted to. Haven't had time to take a lot of pictures with it yet, but the pictures I've taken have been pretty good. I'm waiting. The sun, it's been cloudy the last couple days, so the pictures, and it got really foggy, so I'm just taking pictures of a white wall of clouds. I've done it, but not with this one. I want to do something different, maybe. Well, not maybe, definitely. So, just filming with this so far, I've filmed a few things already, and I was just taking a look at it. Like, if I light it really, every camera's gonna look good if you light it really well, but even in a low light situation, it looks really nice. The ease of use, the learning curve is a bit low, meaning that I'm gonna have to figure out my workflow with it. It's that the differences aren't hard to get around, and the differences make me work harder to take a good picture, which is nice, and make the video look better. So I like the fact that the quality is significant enough from what I had to this that I don't feel like, oh, what did I do?
it's significant, and the scalability of lenses having different class, different apertures, different lengths, different focal lengths, and all that stuff is going to be beneficial down the road. They're not anything that I'm going to run out and get. I think a prime lens, one with a fixed focal length, is the next thing I'll get for photography. But like the zoom lens and getting in and getting out and having that 10x is just amazing. So I'm filming it on this. That's why I'm not holding it. Otherwise I'd be holding it, because it's just that cool. I can get it going. I can put it on a tripod. That was the thing with the other my Canon. It's small, but if I put the tripod on it, then I can't access the battery, and that's where this SD card is. This, it's moved over enough that I can pull the battery, and or I wouldn't pull it here because I don't have a charger for it, but I could, and then I can access the SD cards. I was catching myself having to take it, starting to take it off the tripod, and I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. I can just take it out the side. So I'm just gonna start using it. I'll work on a vlog sometime soon, and I have cut my hair with it already. I'm gonna change my A7iii for my avatar for like Instagram and YouTube. It's gonna be different, so I've shot pictures with it already too. So it's I'm putting in the work for it. I gotta figure out how it works and figure out how it's gonna be in my workflow and how I'm gonna blah 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 in front of a camera. I'll be back tomorrow.